Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Guild Wars 1 Let's Play. I want to thank you all for tuning in. The videos have been doing much better than I ever expected whenever I started this series, and I want to say that I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by and enjoying the episodes whenever you can. It means quite a bit. But, enough sap, let's go find this Gaki flute that we were supposed to find in the previous episode. Actually, maybe we should have picked up another quest before we came out here. Yeah, let's pick one more of these side quests in here to do as well. Then we'll do 2 of these, and then the next episode will be us playing Fort Aspenwood. And then we will be on to another adventure. Here we go. The ancient forest is a wonder. I could marvel at it for the rest of my days. There's so little that we know about this magnificent place. It's ironic, really. We Kurzicks spend our entire lives within the forest, and yet most of us never leave the confines of our houses and cathedrals. I myself haven't wandered out of here for many a year. The winds have made it far too dangerous for anyone but the bravest adventurers. As a matter of fact, I'm currently conducting research to determine why the wardens of this city have become, or forest have become so hostile toward us, but I'm in desperate need of some samples. Obviously, I'm unprepared in the harsh conditions of the deep forest, but you all look as if you can handle yourself. If you're willing, I usually kill a warden, a dragon moss, a stone stale Kirin. Anything in the name of research. So that actually brings up a good point about the Kurzicks that I don't know if I mentioned or ever talked about a little bit, but that's that most of them are very non-combatal. They're kind of like the opposite almost of the Luxons, where the Luxons let's put this on. Right. Where the Luxons sort of are nomads and they wander quite a bit and are generally a relatively combat-based society. The Kurzicks tend to be more about art and sitting in their trees and doing very little, which I full-heartedly support. Doing nothing is great. Here's the return of a enemy from the end of the previous campaign, the Dredge. They're here in Cantha as well, specifically in the Echovald Forest. Much like how they were kind of brought up from the depths in the previous campaign. There's a very similar reason why they're here. Something has disturbed them and prevented them from remaining underground. So they're back up here and they're ready to fight. A little bit of a break from the canopy. The canopy of the forest isn't as thick in this region as it was in the previous area. There's some Oni. They're still present on this side, but they're much less relevant to the Kurzicks story. The Oni are actually semi-relevant to the endgame Luxon story, as I mentioned in one of the other episodes. But they actually don't really have much to do with the Kurzicks side, rather than just the fact that they're here. So, why are you all struggling? Did I mess up some builds or something? Oh, I think I have somebody on the wrong build. Whatever. Man, having one Mesmer sucks. I can't wait to get more than one Mesmer hero. Mesmer heroes are so great. Here's like a cathedral. Another cathedral. There's some more wardens. These wardens are relevant to the end game of this story, though. Here's the Gaki that we were looking for to get its flute. The weird little goat thingy. Melodic Gaki horn. Yeah, let's take that back, and then we're gonna grab that quest from the dude right outside here as well. So the melodic Gaki does really exist. I never doubted it for any moment, of course not. Why I even let word slip that I was working on a new instrument. My waiting list has gone through the roof, and once I learned how to replicate the shape and tenure of the melodic Gaki horn using less expensive, short-nosed Gakids, but I digress. Please take this rewards. I think this could be a profitable partnership. He's literally saying... He's literally saying, yeah, I'm gonna find a way to make cheap counterfeits. The melodic Gaki flute will secure my fortune. That's it, my fame and fortune. But I must fulfill my potential. My potential, perhaps more fortune. Fortune to share with my fellow music enthusiasts. If the melodic Gaki is a myth, the Discord Wallow is but a memory of a myth. Yet I have reason to believe one of these very creatures does exist in this land. The Discord Wallow is said to sing a song so horridly out of tune that I believe it may have protected at least one wallow from the Jade Wind. If I get my hands on the sinew of the last Discord Wallow, my potential will be fulfilled, and the last secret of creating the finest lyres of the lands will be mine and yours for a small price. I'll even throw it in advance based on projected sales, factoring in wages and cost overhead. Now go find the Discord Wallow sooner, or I can't save you money. My favorite kind of target, the last kind. You know, this used to be about the music. Forget it. This used to be about the music, man. I love how we're hunting endangered species for, fun. Yeah, we need a quick change, I think. Yeah, we're gonna go with a quick change. So just give me like 5 seconds, and I will... First, what else do we need? Dorino's Kiss, and well, these spotless spells really isn't bad. Yeah, we go with conditions because I don't think we have a lot of condition removal. Then we're going to swap you to... Where is Icy Veins hero? But we're going to put you on Monk and give you some protection magic. Yeah. Grab that. That. Chuck a couple things in curses and grab Enfeebling Blood. Yeah. It's not perfect because his stats aren't perfect, but it's good enough for now. Alright, let's go hunt this other endangered creature. We already killed one endangered creature, might as well get another one, you know? Who's lagging behind? Oh my god. Are you set to aggressive? You are, that's a problem. Actually, let's double check everybody. Is anybody here set to aggressive? No, it's just semi, okay. Alright, so it looks like we need to go to the next zone to get this other rare material for this guy, so we're gonna make our way through. Oh, the mantids here are changed. They're different than the ones on Xingje. These have like a black carapace, opposed to the like brown we found on Xingje. Also, I think these mantis hunters are a new mob. I don't believe these kind were on Xingje. Xingji, whichever. Probably not gonna have energy issues because we don't have the bip, but it's whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, is there not a way around back here? Oh, there is. Okay, good. A little worried we'd be not able to get around. The forest is pretty cool, but it has a hard time competing with the Jade Sea, in my opinion. Like, I like the forest, don't get me wrong. I always kind of preferred the Kurzicks more, personally. But the Jade Sea is way cooler. Of a zone. Not partially due in part to the fact that the forest is just a lot of grays, opposed to the, you know, the vibrant blues of the Jade. Are you crippled in the back? Let's not drag him from mob. Yeah, he's a move speed boost, so he should be able to catch up. Oh, here's a stone steel Kieran. You can kill one of these for the These Wardens of the Spirit Back here are actually pretty scary, because they run basically like most of a good Mesmer build. Like, they're probably unironically, like, not done on purpose, obviously, whenever this game came out, but they're probably unironically, like, the best built mobs, like, in terms of their actual build's strength. I think we can go around. I don't know if we can go around down this way or if we have to go over there. I'm gonna go down this way and just see what happens. Maybe I should put the other spotless, the hex removal one, on the my other hero. But this area is pretty cool. The big trees with the cathedrals in them. I love the cathedrals in the trees. I think that's a super cool concept. It's just that the actual ground you walk on tends to be a little bit less interesting than the other zone. Let's see. If we pulled two groups, hopefully this isn't too bad. One person's dead. Yeah, these Wardens of the Mind, they have Shatter, Enchantment, Cry of Frustration, E-Surge, all pretty good skills. But yeah, I love the design of the houses in the forest. It's just that the ground tends to be a little bit less interesting than the Jade Sea. Looks like we're coming up here on another outpost. Some more Wardens. Looks like it's a good thing we went this way, because it doesn't look like we could have gone around the other way. I seem to remember not being able to go around the other way. That's kind of why I went this way. Yeah, y'all can fight that out. Saint Ajenka's Shrine. This is a very important outpost for a very weird reason. This is one of the this is probably one of the top like 5 most visited outposts in this game, and it's for a silly reason. It's because it's one of the best farming spots in the game for plant fibers, which are material needed for resurrection scrolls, which are something that are used very frequently by endgame players in lieu of having to bring actual res skills on bars, or instead of having to bring res skills in like endgame zones. when you can't really fit them on builds when you want to efficiently clear it. So there's a farm right outside of here that you take a quest for, and there's like 12. Is it 12? It might be 12 or 16 dragon mosses that spawn, and you basically just keep farming those dragon mosses over and over and over. And it also drops one of the more expensive shields in the game called the Echo Vault shield. It kind of looks like a big maple leaf, for lack of a better description. This zone's a bit better. I like this zone a bit more than the introductory zone to the Kurzicks zone. I quite like this zone. This zone's got a little bit more color to it. There's a little bit more plants coming about. There's a little bit more stuff going on. I don't know. Now that I think about it, I actually don't think the Kurzicks zones as a whole are actually worse than the Luxembourg zones. It's just that the ones you go through the story are a little bit lacking. The ones you can run through that are like optional zones and stuff like that, those are actually quite good, quite cool. It's just the ones you have to run through the story that are a little bit lacking. But yeah, there's a couple other skins that are relatively popular that those things drop. And because of that, that's just one of the most farmed areas in the entirety of the game, for the material and for the rare skins, which can be worth quite a lot of money. Obsidian flesh, really? Obsidian flesh. Oh. Taste my own medicine. Let's go down here. Yeah, I was a little worried about that. Warden getting off a lot of damage. I think I mentioned this in like a way long ago episode at this point. Like we're talking pretty far back near the beginning of the series. But the power of the Mesmer damage skills is very high due to the fact that they do armor ignoring damage. So that means that like a lot of damage reduction skills also don't really work on them. So that's why those guys can nuke your team. Some of them still do, like ones that prevent percentage, but anything that adds armor to characters doesn't actually give you defensiveness versus Mesmer skills, which is in part why Mesmer skills are so good, especially in hard mode where enemies have increased tankiness. Alright, grab that and go back to House to Heltzer. You're exactly the kind of silent partner a legendary instrument crafter needs. The successful kind. Here's the advance on the profits, and now that I think about it, there might be more where that came from. Oh, there's more of these. You know what? Maybe we'll do this in the next episode. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. Maybe we'll continue that little quest line. I'm kind of curious about, you said there's 2 more, I think, so that'll be interesting. I don't think there actually are any chains on the Luxon side, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. I don't generally do all these quests. But it's interesting that there's actually like a quest chain on this side, even though I don't believe there is one on the Luxon side. It's just a whole bunch of one-off quests. But anyway, I want to thank you for coming out. I hope you have a great day. I hope to see you in the next one, and I appreciate all you guys' support on the videos. Have a great day.